Hey guys, we're just chatting. I did this for Valentine's Day and we didn't get a chance to come on. So it's scheduled for 7:35, but this is just pretty much a chat. This is just a chat talking about class and talking about what y'all want to do next. Okay, so you guys should have had enough of time to actually get the books. Now, I did put the ebooks there so you guys can use those. And we don't want to start off with that. We're just going to kind of start off with how was your Valentine's Day? Okay, I'm pretty sure it was fine. Y'all can leave me a DM and tell me how it went. Okay, y'all know what I did all day work. So let me know at what stage you guys are at in your coding. I met so many people the other day, and I did meet a few that have actually passed their CPC, and two of my students actually passed theirs. And y'all know when I get something like that, I'm like totally excited. So forget about it. Forget about it. Okay. So um, I put that quote up there. Y'all know I always put those quotes up there when we start talking about books. Amazon does have the CPT for 89. It might be 69 now. And then they had ICD 10 2026 for 79. Make sure y'all get in on that. Okay. Um, we've done surgical guidelines. Okay. We've already done surgical guidelines. We are heading into integumentary. And the surgical guidelines was actually the beginning, and then we kind of touched a little bit of bases on integumentary. Monday will be the start of your regular session. Okay, we already finished with winter session. Everybody had time off. I hope y'all actually looked at some of those chats because a lot of those chats will kind of get you caught up. Okay, and don't forget if you guys need any assistance, even if you're already in a school, let me know. See if we can help you with that. Um, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna get messages from Twitch. You guys from Twitch. I don't know what happened, but I thought it was Twitch was on. But we're gonna do Twitch after this. Okay, we just kind of chatting on Twitch. We just chatting here anyway. Okay. If you guys want to register for Sapphire Academy, go on the website and go to the bookstore, and you can register from there. Okay, I'm gonna put it up here on the side. Yeah, I'm using StreamYard today because I had already booked this in a StreamYard, and I kind of go back and forth between OBS and StreamYard, and it kind of works out that way. But y'all know I'm still messing with it. So you guys check out some of those chats that I put on there, and a lot of those shorts, I kind of turned them, the videos into shorts. But some of them that I'm posting, when y'all see me put alert, that means that I found a book that's cheap. Okay, that's what that means. Okay, and y'all gotta jump on that book. All right. Um, I did want to show you guys some of these pads that I wanted y'all to get. Um, Try to keep something like this so that you can put your notes on there. Okay. And your next chat, y'all know what these are. These are your index cards. Make sure you have these so you can put notes on there. I did get the labeler so you guys can see how I label the book. No, I'm not picking that book up right now. It's heavy. That's your CPT book and your ICD-10. Make sure you have something like this to put notes in. I don't care if you're in my class or if you're in somebody else's class. Just make sure you have that, okay? And if you can download, I would suggest you take um, whatever you have that you need, put it on the flash drive so you can go back and get it. If you guys are in my class, I don't know what that is on it. If you guys are in my class, you can download what you want, put it on the flash drive. You also can use Google Drive as well, because you guys know I put docs on Google Drive too. Okay. And do not forget this. This is like my go-to. When you get your cards together, you're going to put them on in one box. Okay. So if you have cardiovascular, put them in one box. Okay. So you can study. You know what you're studying. Okay. Um, a lot of things that we use in the classroom are in my bookstore. You guys go to my bookstore. The medical billing and coding Q&A book is in there. Somebody asked me about that. If I miss one of yours DMs, come back at me, because I saw so many DMs today. I didn't even see them, so I don't know if I'm doing something wrong. I'm not getting any bells when I get DM. It's just I'm boom. I'm just happen to hit one. Okay, so we're going to try that again. Okay, when I go back through, I'm gonna figure out what's wrong with that. After this chat, I'm going to come back on because I gotta add Twitch into that other chat that I just did. And then I'll be able to probably show you guys more because I did bring that labeler so I can show you how to label the book. Okay, and then we'll kind of take it from there. So again, I want you guys to make sure you got everything that you need. Okay, everything that you need when you start a class. So this is a little tip from when you get ready to do your resumes. All right, you should have. You can't see this, but you should have 300 of these. Okay, you Indeed is not the end of the world. Don't use Indeed like that's your last source of Monster or whatever. You still can send a manual resume to a company. Okay, get your sheet, get your labels, get them out the door. Okay, they're not going to know your name if you don't put your resume out there. Okay, at Sapphire Academy we do have HR classes where we kind of do, uh, kind of skits in there. But I have everything on PDF. You really don't need to do any skits in there unless you just want me to do a one-on-one, and I can literally interview you. And that sheet that I just showed you is literally that's a full sheet of medical billing schools. That's what that is. It's medical billing schools. I have over 150. And the reason why I do that is because I need to see what these schools are teaching. I want to see how can I partner with you? How can I assist you? You see what I'm saying? That's how you get to know other people. That's how I get to go to other schools. Let me set up a time so I can come in there and I teach your students, or I'm coaching your students, or I'm at the hospital, same type of thing. So, it takes money to do all of those different things, but it's going to take money to do anything you want. If you don't want to do a 9 to 5 and you don't want to do the punching thing, then you got to grind to get where you want to. Just pray every day and hopefully everything will go okay. If you've got a skill, use that skill. If you want to open that business, then okay, then you need to work maybe part-time and then you put the rest of the time into the business. But you need to work so you can get money to take care of the business. You see, so where is the funds going to come from? It's not, even when they do PPE or whatever, they're not going to give you a loan just like that. I would rather do it throughout the years, get to where you need to be, and then you figure out if you need to have a quick loan from somebody or something like that. Okay, so that's that, and that's for my people who are starting out in medical billing. I know I'm just fishy all over the place. Okay, um, let me see what else I have for you for this. And I didn't want to bother y'all on on Valentine's Day. I did set something for Valentine's Day, but I don't want to bother y'all on Valentine's Day. I hope everybody had a good Valentine's Day and everybody got what they wanted for Valentine's Day. Okay. Um, so somebody asked me about the medical billing and coding Q&A book. This book is on my website. Okay, you can order this book from there. Okay, you can order this from the website. Y'all know what this is. Y'all know what I'm going to say. This book tells you about medical billing and coding, especially for those who are new to medical billing and coding. Okay. I want y'all to also go on AAPC so y'all can take a look at, and I hope I'm getting, let me see, my chat's coming through. Because one time I couldn't get chats from Twitch. I don't know what happened with that. But that's AAPC. Okay, go on AAPC so you guys can see what they have and what's actually going to be on their test. Just start. All you have to do is just start. Once you get into the reading, once you start following the program, you'll be okay. No, we don't do like 100% program, but it's enough to kind of get you started. Okay. When we start on integumentary, you guys should be fully aware of the guidelines in the CPT book. I gave you guys the ebook for the CPT book, and it goes all the way up to musculoskeletal system. Again, I would prefer you to have the hard copy when you get ready to take your test. Okay. So I'm just kind of like hanging out to see if any of you have any questions for me. If you have any questions about the website, Sapphire Academy, Sapphire Academy, today is actually the first day for Sapphire Academy. It's really every 15th of the month. So regular classes starts every 15th of the month, but it's a holiday in and a holiday out on Tuesday. But today, normally, that's when everybody kind of does their enrollment. That's when I really start a new session. But everything is in digital format. In Sapphire Academy. I'm in the process of making some of the rest of that in a different type of format, but you still can download. When you go on my website and then you go to the bookstore, I also put a link on there to this chat. Okay, well, not this chat, but there's a link to my YouTube. Okay, when you go in there and you purchase that program, you have an automatic download, and then you can see all the classes that are actually there. If you go on my website, you can also see all the classes that are there. Um, I don't know, I don't have it in front of me, but that schedule that's on one of those chats that's in there. Um, you guys are up to integumentary system. It shows you. If you go on my website, you also can see that schedule there as well. You also can see that schedule there. Okay. I mean, we came a long way. I mean, I was going to do what is that other thing that I like? Not Snapchat, not whatever. Yeah, y'all know I have Snapchat too. Snapchat is Sapphire position coding. I think Snapchat is Sapphire position coding. Okay. I try to make sure I'm abreast on everyone. And see, that's why I don't see it. It's not here. Um, we gotta do Twitch later, all right? So Twitch, when y'all get ready to archive this, we gotta do you later, all right? I want y'all to sign up to my Twitch. It's Black Diamond Phoenix. Go to Twitch and sign up to my Twitch, okay? Um, yeah, I don't know what happened, but see, once you stop using the system and you start using another one, you get lost because y'all know I used to use StreamYard all the time, and I stopped and I started using the OBS. It's just any way that we can save money to do anything, do it. Don't go paying for everything. I'm paying for so much stuff I don't even know what it is. Um, Snap CapCut, that's what I'm talking about. CapCut. Don't sleep on CapCut, y'all. I love CapCut, but it's just so annoying. They send you 1,000 emails. All right, so I don't want to get thrown off. So again, this is a just a kind of chit chat that we're kind of doing, just chatting. If anybody again is new to coding and you want to get to know coding, you haven't done coding before, absolutely, you can ask me a question. Um, I'm trying to make sure the questions that I did receive in my DMs that everybody can get answers from me. The medical billing and coding Q&A book is on Amazon. The medical billing and coding Q&A book is also on my website. The medical terminology book, either one, my website or XY or XY, I'm saying XYZ or Amazon. Okay. Um, you need to just find yourself a spot for 2 hours and study. Find you a spot and study. Once you, let's say you do a chapter in your CPC guide, okay? If you didn't get it the first time, don't take the test. You have to understand what you're reading. Go ahead and read it again. Go ahead and read it again. If you didn't get it, read it again. Because the third time you're going to be like, oh, I got it. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, I know. These are new glasses. I know. I can't find my other one. So I had to buy a new pair. So that's a lot of times when I'm not on, that's the problem. My other ones have the bifocals in it. I know they got the bifocals in it. So just just kind of be prepared of how you're going to do your studying. That's for anything. It doesn't make a difference. That's for anything. I'm going to try my best to try to get on the stream with you guys a little bit more. Um, Hopefully you guys do have your books. If you have your schedule, right? Um, Whenever I have like recess or break or anything like that, or I'm out for like a week or something like that, it's on this schedule. Okay. It's on this schedule when we have class. If there's nothing in like a week or so, we just haven't done anything, it's on the schedule. It's on the schedule. So I know sometimes you guys don't see me. Um Michaels. Sometimes you don't see me. Um, Winter recess, but you're not in the class, so you would not know that. But I'm telling you now. But again, we want to try to get you guys in here, and hopefully everybody has caught up that actually wants to join the class. And again, it's open enrollment. YouTube, you guys can come on and look when you want to. If you need to fall in line, just send me a DM so I can show you where you're going to be at. If you don't want to do medical billing, that's fine. Okay. Everybody does do medical billing. Some people just go straight to coding. All right, y'all. Um, but you have to do the medical terminology. Yeah, we have to do medical terminology because you have to know some of those medical terms, a lot of those medical terms. It has to be done. So, like I was telling y'all, what I was doing with those billing schools, I don't know what that is. What I was doing with the billing schools is kind of connecting with them to actually see what they're teaching. Maybe they're teaching too much. Maybe they're just, I'll tell them straight off the back, I can't hire her. I need to make sure she can pass her exam. That's what we need to make sure of. And it's so much better when you go into an exam and you are positive that you're gonna pass. That's a glory right there. When you walk into an exam and you're just scared, that's a problem. That's a problem. I'm not a good test taker. I'll tell you that right now. I'm not a good test taker. I might pass with a 71 or something like that. It depends on what it is. I'm gonna pass for sure, but I might pass with, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Certain tests. Now, other certain tests, I'm not getting less than a 95 or 90. I think the last exam I had to take out of 96. Last 3 or 4 or 5, I didn't get nothing less than 95. That is because the study routine helps me to retain, and then what I study I'm interested in and I like. You see what I'm saying? It's not like you're in high school you have to do sociology. Wait a minute, now I love sociology in high school. If you have to do something that you don't really want to do, no, when you're an adult and you go to school, this is what you have your passion for to do, so you're going to be boom. Like when I went for my MBA, when I did those finance classes, I wanted to learn about that so bad, and I aced it. I aced it, and I amazed myself because when we first started doing all these different finances and all these charts and all the and investing and all this, that's what I like. The biggest challenge for me is not knowing about anything that I'm looking to do. Once I actually figure it out, that's the goal. And you know what I go? I got it. Wait, I just thought about. No, I got a meeting. And I just thought about. I got a meeting at 9 o'clock. You know why I thought about that meeting? Because when I'm in that meeting and I see those CEOs in there and they're talking about how much money they're making and this and that, and they're getting us to get like that, I start thinking about the finances and investing that I learned when I was in college. You see what I'm saying? When you take something, if you want to do coding, you're going to passionately do it. Nothing is going to tell you that you're not going to pass that test. I don't care if you have to take that test 10 times. Keep doing it until you pass. No, there's not going to be the AI for coders. I mean, we all use a system. Yeah, we use the system. I told you, go on ecoder.com, check that on one. That's like the most one that most people do use, but there are several other ones. But the billers and the coders have to be abreast, okay? And the billers and the coders are not going anywhere. You need to have the finance department, okay? That's dealing with the money, okay? I know I see a lot of AI going on and this and that. Now, I'm not lying now. Now, I'm telling you, the teaching, I don't know. They might have robots start teaching and all this kind of stuff. I don't think they're going to have in-house school for them. But I think schools are going to start closing and people are going to start doing it online school. I think so because years ago, a lot of people used to say, "Oh, you're going to the what do you say, the paper school or the fake school or the so and so school?" No, millions of people go to school online. It's the same clout that it is if you sitting in a chair at the school. They give you more work when you do online. I don't know if anybody ever went to school online, but they give you more work. Even like in my classes, they have a lot of things that they have to do. In my classes, the difference in The online is we don't micromanage. I'm not going to stand over you and say, "Did you do X, Y, Z?" I'm not going to stand over you and say, "Let me see your summary." You know what you're supposed to do, then you have to do it. You see what I'm saying? If I give you the tools to do what you're supposed to do, then you're supposed to do what you're supposed to do. So that's one of the big differences in the online school. I'm telling you, right, I knew nothing about it until my director told me to make this program. And again, I'm looking at him like, who, what program? I don't know. I didn't even hardly was that savvy with the internet, but I had to make myself savvy because we had to combine that program with the program in house because it was helping the students to do faster, better, get bigger scores, better grades. Because when I was teaching in that classroom, and then I developed that program, and then they were learning from that program when they were not in my classroom. They were acing what I was giving them. They was acing what I was giving them. And that point, that's when I started writing the books. And my students input that which one? This one? Uh-oh. This is my students. You will see what they wrote about me in this book. Every time I look at it, I'm telling you, I get teared up. I wish I knew which some of them. One of them I do. I think I know where one of them and like a couple more. Um, I know where they're at. Okay. But again, that's the difference between online school and anybody that was in my class. They know that they can get in here really, really quickly. All right, let's get you back. Let's get you back and remembering. I mean, because there's time that people start school and you're like gun ho in the beginning. I'm totally like the opposite. If I start something and I'm like totally momentum in the whole thing until we get 50% through, I'm still momentum. I might slow down a little bit. Okay, let me figure this out. You know what I'm saying? But don't give up what you have dreams to do. Don't give up what your goal is for you to do. Once you start talking about giving up and you don't know, did I not meet somebody the other day that did that? That told me that I ain't naming no names, but you better be on this chat or you better be looking at it later on tonight. Ever give up? Once you make that achievement, don't give up on it. I don't care if I was in kindergarten, I'll still have the same dream that I'm going to do. I'm telling you right now, don't give up on any kind of dream that you want to do. If you're around negative people, get away from them. Keep your dream and focus, and you will do it. Keep it in focus, and you will do it. Don't put all that energy into something and don't do it. If you've done something and you got to the hill and boom, it crashed, pick it up again. It's got to be another way. It's got to be another way. And that's the kind of stuff that I'll talk about on Twitch. When I go on Twitch, I'll just pretty much talk about things that me and the girls talk about. You know what I'm saying? Or me and the girls want to listen to, or some of the girls have questions about and stuff like that. Here's when I'm on the YouTube, it's pretty much about the classroom. Okay. But sometimes it's not all about class. Sometimes you just need to have a discussion. Sometimes you need to have that discussion. Okay. So, like I said, if anybody wants to, tell your friend, tell whoever about the classroom, that's fine. I could do a one-on-one with them. I'm still trying to figure out how to give you stuff from YouTube. I hope YouTube actually comes up with something where we can put downloads. Man, YouTube come up with something we can put in downloads. Y'all know I'm gonna turn that into something. Anything that you can turn into something free, and you can turn it into something that's gonna benefit you, you're gonna have to snatch it up. So, and you know what? I think tonight I'm going to ask YouTube, how can that be? Without me taking docs and turning them into links. Because right now, that's what I came up with for y'all. Okay, that's what I came up with. I'm going to try it tonight. You know what? That test that I have a test that I just gave some in an attachment in an email, right? Y'all listening? There's a way. Well, you guys know you can turn any document into a link. Okay. Okay, I'm coming up with something. Y'all know how I get when I start thinking. When I start thinking, hold on. Okay. What's that? I don't know what that is. And one thing, when I'm doing class, when I'm doing the class with y'all on the YouTube, sometimes I feel like I'm rushing. All right, y'all. So check this out. I don't know if I can do this on StreamYard. I'm gonna put a link over here. If y'all still hanging out with me through this chat, I'm already 26 minutes in. I'm gonna paste that here. So it's a heck of a long link. If you snatch that link up, okay, one of my tests should show up. One of my tests should show up. I don't know how it's going to show up. Y'all let me know. I don't know how it's going to show up, but y'all let me know. Um, I'm gonna put this link below this chat. This is a test. This is a test. So some of y'all that are already in the YouTube and you have already prospered, or some of you may have already been coding. There's no answers there, okay? But you could mess around with it. That's something you can mess around with. If you don't have your CPC guide yet, you can mess around with this. Okay, you can mess around with this. I'm gonna take it off now, okay? But y'all got to be down that far to actually get that. Okay, so just make sure you do that. Okay. Um, I don't know if anybody have asked me for any book. The young lady who sent me that DM, I'm not sure which book you're talking about. I did send you back a message or which book you want. That medical billing and coding Q&A book is actually in a YouTube for you guys. Okay, hold on, y'all. Let me snatch that real quick. Because you guys remember one time I did a chat, and what happened is I didn't upload a link to the book. I literally just went through the whole book, and in order for you to do that, you are going to have to go to that chat. I have the link. But I'm trying to get it for you. Um I know when I do class, I find myself rushing on YouTube, but since I'm not doing class, I don't have to rush. I do have a meeting, a Zoom at 9 o'clock, and I'm trying to remind myself it might be at 9:30. So this is what I have. Okay, medical billing Q&A. So this is the Q&A link right here. Okay, so this link is for the chat that I did with this book. Okay. I'm not sure if you're talking about this one, but this book is a courtesy to YouTube. This book is a courtesy book to YouTube. Okay. That's this book. This book is $40. That's the link to this book. That's a courtesy for my YouTube students and anybody on YouTube who wants to see that when you catch it on the chat and you see it. I have not finished the description to this yet. I'm going to finish the description to this. In that description, this link is actually in there. Okay, that link is actually in there. So you can pull up that YouTube anytime you want to. Okay, and you can go ahead and read that book. Or again, you can go to Amazon.com and get that book. Okay. I know I'm an Amazonian. I'm telling you, I've been fighting with Amazon all weekend. I ordered books and I still don't have them yet. They keep not bringing them when I want them to. Okay. So again, normally in class, okay, I'm gonna take this down, but you guys make sure you get that, okay? Normally in class, I'm kind of rushing through because I've always got either another class after that or something. Today is Sunday. Y'all know I don't even do class on Sunday. Forget about it. Okay, I don't do class on Sunday. But I'm doing class today because we haven't had class in a few sessions. Um, I'm gonna share the link. I'm gonna share the link anyway. Make sure y'all do the work that y'all are supposed to do. No, my Twitter is pretty much. Don't go on my Twitter. Twitter is y'all. I ain't Miss Lambert on my Twitter. I'm Auntie on Twitter. Don't go on my Twitter. And Twitter is like us. Let me tell you something. You meet so many people in different places, and people respect you where you go. When people respect you wherever you go, then you good. Okay, I don't get disrespected nowhere, and I appreciate that. From y'all too, And when I talk to those kids on there, I'm telling you, I'll be cracking up, and we have a lot of fun on there. But what I want you to do is to hit those books. Okay, hit those books. Like I said, we've got about 7 books to hit. We've got about 7 books to hit, and that's the reason why I don't want y'all to, don't get too excited when you see so many books. Oh my God, I got to use all of it. No, I want you to get one book at a time. Okay, and these books that I'm about to show you, this is 2026 one, y'all. Um, this is an ebook, right? That's a CPT ebook. I want y'all to use this book first. You know, if you guys haven't looked at this book already, um, go ahead and get this one first. And then, when you get the funds, you can go ahead and get it. This book is $137. It's $137. Amazon has a $69 one. I think that's on there now. Okay, we ain't sponsoring nobody. My books are sold on Amazon too. Make sure you go there and get them. Um, Amazon will have a special for 3 days. The holiday is Monday. They may continue to keep that special. They may continue to keep that special on there. Okay. Um, if they do not, they'll put another one on soon. Okay. But you guys go ahead and get that. Go ahead and get that book. I would prefer you guys to, again, get the hard copy. Okay. I do use ebooks. Y'all know I use ebooks in my classroom. Okay. But I do prefer you guys to use the hard copy. Okay. Um, I do want you to just pace yourself. Some of y'all who got laid off, I think they did a whole sweep of layoffs again. Some of y'all who got laid off, if you want to start something new, start the coding. If you don't want to start the coding, start the billing. And again, start from the playlist. Okay. In the playlist, it will guide you. I have all the classes coded. You see those classes on my website? That's the way I teach the class in the same order. I teach the class in the same order. Okay. I mean, I don't care who follows my order or how not follows my order. If anybody wants to follow on my classes how they are on the website, no problem. Those things are there to help you. Those things are there to help you pass your exam. Uh, when you get ready to take your exam, I want you to walk in there with confidence. That is the reason why I teach the way I do. I don't want anybody afraid of the coding. Do not be afraid of the exam. So that link that I just put up there, that's a HIM test that I give in my classroom. Okay. That's a HIM test that I give in my classroom. If you have taken coding before, okay, and maybe you say, I don't need Miss Lambert class. I already know how to do coding. All right, well, do that. Do that test. Take that test and mess around with it. Let me know if y'all can click on that and that test actually opens because I'm trying something new to see how I can give you work. to see how I can give YouTube work. Okay, whether you're in the Sapphire Academy or not. Again, if you want to join the Sapphire Academy, fine. We welcome you in the Sapphire Academy, no problem. But I'm trying to give YouTube a little bit more. So this is one way I found out how to give you guys a doc. You may be able to download or upload it. Okay. I'm also going to put it in the description. The description of this one, this chat, I have not done a full description yet. So as soon as I finish with this one, I'm gonna go ahead and do the full description. I'll have a meeting at 9 or 9:30, so I'm gonna shut this one down in a few minutes, and then I'm gonna come back on with that second chat. But the gist of this is, if you have any questions for me, if you're already in a coding and billing class, if you need HR questions answered, if your resume, if you think it's not par, we do all of that in Sapphire Academy. But I always ask you guys, if you guys have a question, you could always DM me, and maybe we can, help you out with something like that. If you're ready to go back to work, if you on unemployment and you've been on unemployment for a minute and you're ready to go back to work and you got about 6 checks left, you need to start going ahead and looking for work. Um, I know it's hard to you be off for 6 months or a year, and then it's time for you to go back to work. You're gonna have to do that search, because how are you gonna do what you need to do? Okay. And if you're ready to kind of go to school and start something new, of course you can come along with us. Okay. So again, when we start class Monday, remember, Monday's your regular classes, Monday, Friday, and Saturday. And if I do not have class, you are still to have class. Okay. Yeah, because you can archive. You can archive, and you have work to do in your step by step. Okay. We just came out of the guidelines, so you should have work to do in your step by step. Okay. You should have work to do in your step by step. Uh, when we come out of the classroom, come out of the classroom. See, I'm used to being in the classroom. That's why sometimes y'all hear me talking in past tense. When you're home, just follow what you're doing, follow what we did in the classroom, follow what you're doing in your notebook. Always have a notebook, not like that little one I just showed you. That's, I don't know where it is. That's like my little notebook that I put. I have books everywhere, because if I'm in the kitchen, I need to write down something, I need a book. If I'm in the room, I need to write something down something. If I'm in here, I need to write down something. I'm downstairs, I need to write down something. So that is why I keep books all over the place, because I have to remind myself of stuff. Okay. So if you guys have any questions, definitely let me know what questions you have. So I did hit a million view mark. Yes, I did. That's the chat that's after this one. I will try to do it tonight so I can just kind of get it out of there. But I want you guys to continue looking at my chats, continue looking at my, what do you call those things? My shorts. I'm getting savvy with the shorts. I'm getting savvy with the shorts. I made one on CapCut that I really wanted, and then I couldn't get it together to get it out. And then now all of a sudden, CapCut, you can't even get a free CapCut. Now you got to pay for everything. So you know what I'm saying? What's with this pay for everything? Y'all know Miss Lambert, I get around it in a minute. Okay, they better hope I don't figure that out, figure out how to get around that. Okay. Um, I definitely want you guys to definitely send me uh, any kind of DM, even if it's a school that you want to go to around where you live at. Um, let's see what it's about. As long as they're teaching you what you need to know, I don't see nothing wrong with going to the school if you want to. But again, you're still sitting there, you're doing medical billing and coding, and you still have to pay attention. Okay, you have to pay attention. I can tell you this: in all of the researching from New York to Connecticut to New Jersey to Georgia, Georgia has the most billing and coding schools in a state I've ever seen. Even Texas. Unless I missed something in Texas. Okay, I'm gonna find out tonight. I might have missed something in Texas, because I thought that Texas would have the most billing schools and coding. But It's really amazing when you see. I know I'm talking on a teacher level. Most of us we kind of talk like that, then we see who got the XYZ. But it's kind of like the same thing in revenue cycle management. We all kind of see who had to do the most collections, who did the most write offs. Yeah, we do silly stuff like that. We get awards for things like that. Let's see how much Duke written off. Let's see what the collection department got. How much money did they get? I mean, they got a million and one outstanding, or whether they got way more than that. Trust me, them billers are gonna get that money. You see, and I think billing is even better working at home because you could work at your own pace. You got everything to write down. Not that we don't have cubicles. Come on, everybody has a cubicle. But when you're at home, it's a little bit easier. I don't know. My office was so big, when I was in house. Yeah, I saw my pictures. I was always, it was like a little apartment. I'm telling you, it was that big. And I know that's why sometimes we missing going back in because nobody really bothered me. I mean, I had to do what I had to do, but y'all was at home. So but see, that's going to be the difference. The directors and the managers and the supervisors, they need to be in house. We need to see what's going on in house, and we have the meetings in house. But they are most of the time we are at home, but we still need to be in house. So yeah, I know I miss in house a lot, but again, the only thing that probably bothers me on that side is I'm sitting eating. I'm sitting eating, picking. You're sitting and picking. But what I found out, the sitting and picking, you can sit and pick salad. You can sit and pick grapes. You can sit and pick bananas. And not cookies, chips, and candy. All right, so let's hope that worked for Miss Lambert. Okay, if it don't, y'all know I'm going back on the shot. Forget about it. I'm going back on the shot. I'm telling you right now. I don't care nothing about how it had me looking. Y'all know I was looking like I was 90 years old. Y'all know I'm not lying. Y'all see, I'm telling you. I'm not naming no names, but I'm telling you right now, those that's taking it, it's like it's sucking the life right out of you. You losing weight. It's a proven fact you're losing weight. But it seems like it sucks the life right out of you. I was and the people that I see now, it's like I was looking like that. I can't say nothing because if I say something, they're gonna get me. They're gonna get me. So I don't say nothing. I ain't gonna say nothing bad or nothing like that. I might chat pap on Twitter and talk about some of movie star or something like that. I ain't gonna talk about none of my friends or family, nothing like that. But I'm telling you right now, that GLP, The Walking Dead. I'm telling you, but you can do more. Did that sound right? But you can do more. You know The Walking Dead, but you can do it. It's like I went to the gym much more. I was running around that doggone joint. I was running around that hospital. I was running around that Fed building. I barely even walk down the stairs right about now. I'm telling you right now. No, I ain't blowed up like that, but I did put the weight back on that I did eventually lost. And I'm not the only one. I'm pretty sure some people, like Oprah said, she went off of it to see how much she would gain back. She gained back, what she say, 20 pounds? Okay. And then she went back on it. But I just didn't go back on it. I just let myself kind of go back to where I was, and now I'm just kind of gonna start, on my own. But I'm telling you, I get to the point where yeah, going back on the GLP. Those of you who didn't see my video on GLP, go watch those weight loss videos that I put up there. So I like to entertain more than just doing the classroom, y'all. Y'all know that. But we're going to wrap this up. Again, this is just kind of a Valentine's Day chit chat to kind of get some of the new people in the classroom. And you guys can go on Sapphire Academy. I'm going to drop this billing book up here. I hope this is the book that you were asking me for because this is the book that I put up here. The other books, if it's this one, the medical terminology one, you can go to, I don't know if you can see this. Let me take this down. I don't know if it's this one you were talking about. That's my you can't see it. There you go. That's my medical billing book for medical terminology. Okay, that's Sapphire Physician Code in Series 2. This book has tests in it. Okay, this book, YouTube, this book is for you. This book has tests that you need. Yes, you need to have your I'm backing out. You need to have your language and medicine book with that. And the Sapphire Academy, the language and medicine book is free. You don't have to buy that book. That book is 100 and change. You don't have to buy that book. When you join Sapphire Academy, that book is free. I know I don't have any grants for that. Had one, it's finished, it's done. So Sapphire Academy is back to its regular tuition. But when I get some, probably the almost close to the end of the year, like August, September, I will bring that thing back down and it's practically free. But I am trying to figure out a way to give you more on the YouTube, to try to figure out a way to give you more. Okay. I'm coming right back. I'm just knocking this down because I got that other chat to do that. I'm gonna go ahead and do that chat. That chat I may make it into a class. We may go ahead and start on the integumentary system. You guys are going to archive anyway. I try to do it where I think you guys are on. They said that the best time for me to post my videos is in the morning between 8 and 7. So I don't know. You guys kind of let me know. The chat that I want to do, the chat that I want to do after this is just a chat based on me hitting 1 million views. Okay, and I hit 1 million views because you guys have been watching my stuff, and that's going to be like a 10-minute chat. And then I'm going to drop the thumbnail for tomorrow, for tomorrow's class. Everybody get ready for tomorrow's class. I'm going to be ready for tomorrow's class. Okay, tomorrow's a holiday. Everybody's off. All of y'all are home. I'm going to try to do it at 9 o'clock in the morning. Okay. Um, this is the test. I'm gonna put the test up there. That's a hymn that I gave y'all. Let me know if you can click on that. Okay. Let me know if you can click on that and it comes through. Let me see. I can kind of click on it on my side. If you can't, just let me know. Even if you can't, make sure y'all open up the chat. Open up the chat panel. Okay, open the chat panel, and you should be able to click on that from there. Okay. Your next chat. Like I said, I'm gonna try to do it at 9 o'clock in the morning. I might flip the OBS because this is supposed to be on. I thought it was on and it's not. This was supposed to be on the other one. I'm gonna try to go ahead and do it on the OBS. It should be able to backtrack. But what I did notice about the StreamYard, when you do the background in the StreamYard, it's much better than the OBS. I don't have to use the green screen when I'm in here. I do have to use the green screen when I'm in OBS, and I got to get this and I got to get that. Got to get. I don't feel like doing all that right now. Today is actually the first day that I pretty much was relaxed. I did say I wasn't going to do too much work today, but I still have about 40 of those to do. I know what time is it? 8:23. And y'all know I used to go to bed so early because 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, I'm up. Okay. But I've noticed my feet swelling up. And that is because I'm on my feet all day. So that's the reason why I just kind of took a little lay down today. But I'm up. I'm ready to go. I'm getting ready to have a cup of coffee. We got the meeting at 9:30, but I'm going to jump in and I'm going to do that other chat in a few minutes. And then we're going to talk about that million that I just hit. Okay. So kudos to you. I may pull up that other chat. Get ready for the class. I know I say it all the time. Get ready for the class tomorrow at 9 o'clock. Okay, I'm gonna try to do it in the morning at 9 o'clock. I don't want to do it tonight. I was trying to wait for my books to come, but obviously they ain't got my books yet. So I'm gonna do the class without it. We've got these, I got the CPT one, the 2026, and the other one I didn't get yet. So and the other one that I ordered was the 2025 hard copy. It was like $60 or something. Of course, I'm gonna order that one. It ain't gonna be much different than 2026. But if you get 2026, that's fine. Okay. I have the 2026 in the ebook. All right. So I'm going to end this stream and I'll be back in a few minutes with the other stream. I think I'm gonna hit OBS. All right. Bye.